How about it? No one falls down. No way. Massive block there. Huge block. Big play from the Tina just then. Pulls up behind. How about that? Wow.
I'll have a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. With award-winning Coles Urban coffee culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Basketball Victoria, Basketball South Australia, and the Coastal Rural Pioneers would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Bowen people, on which we gather today, and pay our respects to the elders, past and present. Ladies and gentlemen, can you please join me in welcoming to Centre Court for a special presentation, Tom Kosh and former Games record holder and Pioneers Championship player, Jason Joyce.
This player needs no introduction, been a fantastic contributor to our basketball club and community here in Mount Gambier. But I'd like to call forward our record holder, Eric Burton. Easy arrived in Mount Gambier in 2010. Obviously at the time, Team Encore was struggling, but has remained committed to his craft here in Mount Gambier, his teammates and his local community. He's now a 5-time conference champion, a 3-time national champion, and one of the best to ever do it in this arena. Can you all put your hands together and help him celebrate the achievements of Eric Burton?
Ladies and gentlemen, can you please be upstanding for the singing of the Australian National Anthem to be performed by Masons Williams from Phoenix Music Studios.
Of
Yeah, wish your hands together for Race Australia from Phoenix Music Studio. Two-minute warning, players and officials. 2-minute warning.
That was mine.
You should have opened it earlier then. I'll get you another one.
Unbelievable. You go with the intro.
The Ice House for men's hoops, Pioneers versus the Ballarat Miners. An old Mount Gambier rival in Ballarat back in town. And it's going to be an absolute cracker as we close out the regular season of the 2022 NBL 1 South. Joined by Daryl Starrick. Welcome back.
Welcome.
And it's going to be another big game at the Ice House.
Yes. Yeah, and hopefully not the last one we play here.
No, absolutely not.
And, yeah, should be an interesting clash. Obviously, first up, congratulations to Eric Burden.
Oh, absolutely.
Massive night to celebrate such a wonderful career. And, you know, etching him in Pioneers history.
It's a big crowd in here too tonight, Darryl.
Oh, it's great. It's finals atmosphere.
It is.
Clevon Brown with the tip to Kane DeWitt.
Here's Harris.
Harris with the dunk. Celebrate his contract.
Signed with Perth and throws down the opening jam.
Good rebound.
Rebound by Harris.
Marshall back to Harris.
He wanted that one too.
Two points.
Love the way Kane DeWitt goes about it.
Well, how good was he last week?
Oh, superb. Best game since he's been back in the Pioneers colours, I think.
Postecoglou and Marshall matchup will be really good to watch as well.
He's Cohen Sapwell. He's the son of Rupert Sapwell, the 36ers legend from the late 90s.
Oh, and a very different player to Rupert. Very different.
Here's Marshall. That's two.
Marshall.
And the Pioneers lead by 6.
Yeah, Bungie just caught, you know, I suppose a bit flat-footed, but Postecoglou with the floater.
The defense was good. Rebound, Clevon Brown.
Postecoglou, when he first went to Ballarat a few years ago, reminded me a bit of when Sobey went there. He's such an athletic beast. And he went to Perth and looked all right, but I still think he's NBL potential. And I'd love to see him get an opportunity. Great look by
Bit
Bungie.
soft from Clevon Brown there.
Oh, that's a hard call early. Soft.
Well, you got to call it as it is, Darryl.
Postecoglou, that looked a bit short.
Rebound DeWitt. And the Pioneers lead by 6. Here's Huey. He was a bit off last week.
Huey. Huey just adjusting the hair. Harris
so Ballarat coming off a big loss to Diamond Valley last night. Last week, DJ Vasilovic, of course, he put up a triple.
Bang! He just slams it.
Took my advice. Clevon Brown says, thank you very much.
The travel, yeah. And unfortunately,
he was out of control.
Postecoglou tried to force that, so... Crisp, looks fairly crisp at this stage. DeWitt, very creative in that last half last week against
Marshall for 2.
Makes it.
And the lead is 10.
Yes.
Good to see the Pioneers start fast here and get some points on the board and get that early lead, which hasn't really been outcomes that we've seen at the Ice House over the last month or so.
Crisp.
He's an interesting import, isn't he?
That looks pretty good off the hand.
Yeah,
he makes it.
Great make there from Lingard.
Yep.
He came into the game early too.
Yes. DeWitt, it's a foot.
So it's off the foot.
And I'm not sure whether Lingard came in for a match-up or... Well, he actually started, sorry. I thought he'd checked in.
No, he did start in the absence of Dengak, who's been their regular starter at Ballarat.
Yeah. So. Marshall.
Clevon Brown.
Kind of wit. Look at that tenacity. Q-Bank needs to be careful for the... Marshall makes it. No, not quite.
Clevon Brown tries to keep it alive.
Tries to keep it alive, yeah. But it's a 10-3, and I think Richard Hill would just be a little bit... That's a great move by Crisp. He makes it. And he actually gave it to the crowd.
He liked it. There was an import that played with Northwest Tassie in 2014. Struggling for his name at the minute, the guard. Very similar to the way Crisp goes about it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, he was... Tyrone Lee's...
Clevon Brown.
It was Tyrone Lee's partner in crime that season, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, BJ
Jenkins.
BJ Jenkins.
That's him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very, very similar in size and the way he goes about it. So, timeout Ballarat. Pioneers lead 14-5 at the Ice House.
And with Marshall to go to the line, Brown, sorry, to go to the line for the bonus.
Yeah, the Pioneers coaching staff will be pretty happy with that fast start there. Like Marshall getting in the rack early, throwing down the jam. Clavon Brown providing plenty of output.
And a massive find to Kurt Russell tonight from club's perspective, because in the sponsors room before the game, he made Jason Joins mention that there's only 3 players in the 250 club. So Kurt was in there talking to sponsors, and he had to get that little comment in there about him being part of the 250 club. So I think that's worthy of a fine from the club on Kurt towards the players' end-of-season function. Would you agree with that, Michael?
Oh, I would. But probably a good opportunity to reflect on Easy's milestone and what that actually means, what that actually means to the Pioneers. Like 268 games is amazing, but to have Jason Joins here to hand over that record, and a guy like Jason who did have such a remarkable outcome, a remarkable career with the Pioneers. You know, I think about my youth growing up in Mount Gambier, and someone like Jason Joins was the reason. It was the people like Jason in the community that made life better for so many people in the community. And that's the power of basketball and the Pioneers and what someone like Eric Burden's done for our community. So
absolutely.
We're blessed to have those people living in our community, and it makes all our lives a lot better for having it. It's made my life as a young person a lot better many years ago.
Well, the first thing that Joinsey's saying to people since he's been down here today, and he spoke at a couple of our functions before the game, is the one thing he's proud of is his 3 children were born in Mount Gambier. Now, that's massive.
Put back.
And probably a bit lazy there by Huey not to box him out. You know, he just... that's a poor pass. Satwell.
This could go anywhere. Block shot, Clavon Brown.
Clavon. Probably not the right option there.
Here's Preston.
Preston Blake. I don't know what happened. He tripped himself over.
Home call. Yeah, but just to touch on, we're blessed that the power of the Pioneers is the leaders and the role models and the great people that brings into the community, and we're blessed of the Jason Joinses and the Kurt Russells and now the Eric Burdens who've sacrificed a lot and made a big contribution to our community, not just in basketball, but made the lives of a lot of people in Mount Gambier better for being here.
We've been very lucky because, as a club, I think we've got, and that's his second attempt. Marshall
his rebound, Marshall.
Just good timing by Marshy on that rebound. Oh, great.
His gap.
Huey's got an opportunity here.
Satwell throws it away, and that's an unsportsmanlike foul.
Well, it'd have to be. Yeah. It's almost an assist to Satwell because he passed it to him before the shot.
I think of and not to. We'll let Huey shoot these before I go on a little bit of a discussion about.
Yeah. Huey makes the first. Makes them both. Good shooting by Huey. Yeah, we've been lucky. I think what I was going to say before that happened was we've actually been blessed with the amount of good quality people that our club's been able to have over a 35-year period. We've been really lucky. We've had some amazing people.
I know as a 10-year-old in 1997 when Jason joins 3 points, Mike Harris. Someone you got Jason Joins playing in this arena. He led not just our conference, but the whole country in rebounding.
Yeah. Well, he was the Pioneers MVP in '97. He was the Pioneers captain. He won.
He was an all-star.
He won the shooting, field goal, everything.
He averaged 20 rebounds a game in 97.
It was crazy.
And as a young aspiring basketballer, it's
Harris.
They're the people, when you've got that on your doorstep, you're very fortunate.
Great shooting. Oh, he's called it again to the ref. Crisp is on fire.
Good to see Clavon Brown there. Catches it in the low post. A little bit of a good move and get to the hoop, but couldn't get it to go, of course. But he's going to shoot 2 now, and that's the Clavon Brown the Pioneers need in their title run.
Yeah, and what Clavon needs to do is just finish these situations a little bit better. I think that's just the one part that he's improved progressively. Probably this area is just something I'd like to see, capitalise.
We probably sometimes forget that Clavon's virtually straight out of college. He played the bulk of his career at Vanderbilt, transferred to Florida International University, and he only finished in March or April. So, it's interesting that, he's probably one of the youngest imports that we've had here in Mount Gambier for some time, after some more mature established international players that we've had the privilege of playing for the Pioneers in recent years. And
Crisp is on fire at the moment. Oh.
He hasn't seen anything he doesn't like at the minute, Crisp.
No. He's given Michael Harris a run for his money. Brown makes the little, it doesn't quite, just got the back of the rim, but it was a good look. It looked like it was going in.
Crisp. Bit of a chucker.
Yeah. Harris. Finger roll.
2 more, Mike Harris.
Gack.
And Moss Brooks. Stu.
Rooksy.
Good look for Marshall, no good.
So done more with the rebound.
2.5 minutes to go here in the first. Pioneers lead by 8, 22-14.
Jordan Rules. Good control by Kane DeWitt. Finds Jordan Rules and wow, just makes it 2. That's great work by Kane DeWitt. He just timed it perfectly. Floater just offline there, but the idea was right. Harris is open on the wide side here and looked a bit. Yeah.
Good look for Harris, but that's no good.
Just a little bit deep.
Chris will shoot this.
And that's his second foul, I reckon.
It's interesting.
So wouldn't be surprised if he's checking out.
The Miners playing with only the one import. They lost an import about a month ago on sanctions from another country, or Germany, I think it was.
Oh, right. And the great man
the game,
just checked in.
Number 268, Eric Burden.
268, it's official. It's official. He's in.
Couldn't love the guy anymore, and it's great to see him out there.
I see he got a good shout out from the barber shop today as well, which was good.
I wish I took a photo of the same quality.
What's that?
He was looking pretty good in that photo.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was so pleased with Jordan Rules' performance, especially late in the game last week.
Nick Marshall gets to the rim.
Yeah.
And a bit of rim protection going on there, but great way to see him attack it.
Gack said, "You're not going to put me on a poster," basically. But Cole Tippany checking in for Kane DeWitt. And it was just handy having Cole back in the lineup last week to give Kano a chop out. with obviously Tom Daly still out with that injury. And
yeah, look, I think he only played the 6 or 7 minutes last week.
But it was just that chop out when Kane needed it. And I assume it would be a similar type role tonight. Marshy misses the second. Gack. Good defence by Tommy Cubank there.
Rebound by Tiffany, finds Marshall.
He just forced an uncomfortable shot.
Oh. So there'll be a turnover.
Yeah. Yeah, Jordan Rule's exceptional in the second half. He had a pretty good game all round last week, but his second half, I think just the way he played lifted the spirits of the team. Postecoglou.
Rebound Rules. Here we go. Here's Burton.
Here he is. Do you reckon he's going to whack one up pretty early? Or?
If I was him tonight, I would.
Yeah. Jordan says, I'll do it. And he makes it. An assist. Can Eric get the assist for that? I know he dribbled.
Feels amazing in here tonight, Darryl. There's a big crowd. It's loud. And they're really getting behind their hometown.
Yep.
Pioneers.
Nick Marshall. He's just got brilliant timing with his elevation.
Very bouncy.
Huey. He'll be looking to get it over to Easy. But Gack's got him covered. Here we go. Oh, the old step back. Oh, I think the crowd. I think we all.
Hey, we all wanted that on the lean. I went on the end, the same lean that Easy Burden went on.
Yeah. He's got through. That's a great move. He's a quality player. And he makes that right on the buzzer.
So they get it back to 12, 28, 16 at quarter time, the Miners.
But that's a very encouraging start for the boys.
Sort of the Ballarat's always that team that's there on the big nights for the Pioneers, isn't it, Darryl?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And always has been. Very much since the early days of 1991 when the Pioneers' first finals game here at the Ice House versus Ballarat.
That's right. And I think one of the other things that I always remember about Ballarat is they've always, in the old days, had quality imports. You know, some of the guys like Eric Hayes and that. It was actually a thrill waiting for them to come to town to see players like that play.
Certainly, you know, the Eric Hayes and the Eric Cooks era and all those guys.
And then they had a few villains in their team over the years.
Yeah,
but they also had some good guys as well.
Let's not forget about the guys at Braith Cox, he was really a legend of Ballarat for a long time.
And Ray Borner with the claw that used to come around over during the rebounds.
There's certainly that 2003 team though, with Dan Egan for Ballarat as well.
Yeah. How he was a player.
And the American shooter that they had, I'm stuck for his name at the minute.
Oh, yeah. And he had that last shot in that game.
In that South Conference Championship game that rolled around about 3 times.
I'm trying to remember his name. But yeah, he was... that South Conference final, I think one of the things I remember the most is when Alan Cram gave it to Braith Cox when he went down, or when they went off at half-time, and then also when he went down with that
Talking about legends of the Pioneers, there's none better than watching... and the unfortunate moment when Braith Cox was sort of carried off the court by the Ballarat trainers, and Jamie Holmes, the Pioneers then import, trapped him on the, gave him a little bit of a rub on the head. It was a fabulous moment. So.
Well, I think there was a bit of history because Braith actually went on a Pioneers tour to the US where they recruited Jamie, I think. So they all knew each other. In the old days when they used to do their summer tour of the US and play a few games and look for new recruits. But yeah, Gack from
rebound. Huey.
Oh, Huey. Kyle, easy burden. Oh,
no good. The next one's going down though.
Yeah. Damien Chapman. Thank you, Damien Smith. Smithy's just messaged me from the Ringwood and Pioneers legend, Damien Smith, the current assistant coach with the Hawks.
Damien Chapman.
Just a little bit too quick for Kyle then. I think he was just caught the wrong spot. Sapwell. He
Colin
liked it.
He's a really exciting emerging player, Sapwell.
Well, I was talking to Greenie before the women's game, Brian Green, our assistant coach, and he's had a lot to do with SA Country over the years, and he said Sapwell was an unbelievable junior shooter for SA Country, SA Metro, as a junior, just next level. And he had an awesome year. He makes the three. He had a really awesome year with Hobart last year, I think, Sapwell.
Yeah, he did. He did. I don't know what happened to the Ballarat guard there, number 5, Hines.
And I think the referee's just warned the Ballarat coach for getting...
Coach Sunderland.
He's texted him. He's actually texted the coach. So you won't want to do that again if you're the coach of Ballarat. He's going to call a timeout, I think, and just...
Yeah, he's in his first year in the job, Coach Sunderland. And probably a pretty tough assignment. He came in pretty late in the season, it seems, and not in the season, in the year, early in the year. So, he's got a bit of talent around him and a good group, but they just really haven't been able to put together the number of wins that they probably would have liked to early in the season. But.
No, and losing an import is a major...
Oh, definitely.
In a lot of teams, you've got some teams that can actually handle that, but you've got others that rely so much on their imports. So, yeah. But no, thanks. Shout out to Smithy. Smithy turned that game just before three-quarter time. We're talking about that 2003 championship here at the Ice House.
I was watching it again recently. That long three with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter was.
Someone said he got an unlimited drinks card at Shadows that night for hitting that three.
Yeah, well, see, I think it was whoever paid for it.
He was Jamie Holmes' wingman on the social scene as well, Smithy, in his day. He used to just go around and babysit Jamie. He had an off-court role that year, looking after the big fella.
Talking about old memories, though, I do remember the morning after there was a bit of a barbecue here going on in the morning, and I do remember Damien Smith wandering in with a 6-pack of Johnny Walker and cola cans. And he was pretty happy to be back. I don't think the eyes had shut for very long.
No. Yes, he had that cheeky look on his face permanently, didn't he, Smith?
Here's Preston. Bang!
Wow, Preston! And he thanked the umpire. I don't know what's going on there, but...
So the lead's back to 7 here.
Yeah. No, and Pioneers just... I don't know what... Just...
Kyle's just got to get it out of his hand there.
Yeah, absolutely. Over dribbling it. And Sapwell again... Pozagoglu athletic. Gak just caught flat-footed, but Huey wide open.
That's Huey range.
He'd be disappointed in that. Well, that's normally a Huey, but yeah, I'm not sure whether Hill's going to call a timeout here or not. But yeah, they're just dried up a bit with their scoring, and having Brown and Marshall out.
That's a good look, squares up, gets himself in the paint and shoots it from the foul line like that. Gets such a good look.
Harris makes that. Really important shot there by Mike Harris. And I think Harris will jam this one home, and he does. And it was really what the doctor ordered for the Pioneers there.
So Pioneers lead by 9.
But, Brown, DeWitt and Marshall off. And scoring just dried up. But Mikey Harris, responded. Huey!
So a couple of steals there for the Pioneers. Very good. So, so Brown, Marshall and DeWitt back in. Out goes Qbank, DeWitt and Burden.
But, yeah, like you said, if Kyle can just provide that chop out for DeWitt. So Harris looking for Brown. This is a mismatch. He's got Sapwell, but Harris wide open. Makes it, and Gack fouls him for the and one. Probably an unnecessary foul, really, in retrospect, Michael.
So often you see that, don't you, though?
Yeah.
Like, he's the king of finding himself in that situation.
Yeah. I'm not sure what Crisp was walking over here in front of the crowd. Just, I don't know what he was doing. He was just, I don't know what happened.
I had the pleasure of being in the bathroom
was that
with
after
him.
the shot?
Probably.
Hang on, can we just stop right there? I don't want to hear any further part of that story at all.
Yeah, perhaps we'll stop on that one.
We'll have to revisit that later. Clavon Brown makes the two.
So there's a significant mismatch in there with Clavon Brown.
Oh, absolutely. Sapwell deep. Harris with the rebound. Harris, very...
Tries to thread the needle there. Man.
It was a great idea, but it had to be centimetre perfect, as Dennis Committee would say. But yeah, from 5 back out to 14, about where it was at quarter time, I think, MK, so...
Do we know much about Sapwell's... where Sapwell's career is taking him? Is he? Oh, that's a foul there on Rawls on Preston.
Caught out of position, and Preston actually did a really good job of capitalising on that situation. Now, what were you saying? I beg your pardon?
Yeah, my attention span's defeated me again, like it does all the time.
As long as it's not the part about the crisp story.
Sorry?
I don't want to hear any more about that crisp story.
Oh. No. I'll subtract a bit of the introduction, and then I'll just say I was a little bit surprised in how much time he actually took making sure the hair was looking all right before he took the court.
Right. He's got it. He is going to be a hero to the
Can't
crowd
wait to get
regardless
stuck
of
into
the
a
result.
cheeseburger tonight, Daryl.
And I think Bryce Crick would be spewing.
No, I think he'd love it, actually.
Oh, he would be loving it, but...
Here's Marshall.
There's a lot of people here that are going to be hungry. Kane DeWitt makes
yes,
it.
Sir.
Great finish.
Kane DeWitt with the lay-in.
Marshall. Sapwell gets ball through hands. Back to Postecoglou. Oh, that's way up.
Get that out of
Brown.
here.
I thought that was
That's
just
rim
an
protection.
easy. At its best.
And the Pioneers crowd is up and about as the Pioneers lead by 18. And that's a turnover to Ballarat through Nick Marshall.
He's tech fouled this player now. And he's still...
So that's Lingard, that's technical.
Well, yeah, but he's still kind of going on about it to the ref. And... Harris. Wouldn't be happy about that.
Pioneers lead by 18, 44-26.
Still halfway through the second quarter. They've just exploded in the last couple of minutes. Since Harris ignited them, basically.
And the defensive intensity has been outstanding for the Pioneers.
Yeah. Brown.
I just love how the Pioneers look when we've got DeWitt setting the table out there.
Kane DeWitt with the floater. Very fancy. Preston. Good hands there by Jordan Rawls. But he almost got caught on that wrong-footed again. And Brooksy makes the two. Did it really well. Good finish. Harris is just crisp. Pozakoglu. He's open here. Oh, I thought he might have taken the 3. Crisp is open. And he makes it. And he's quite happy about it. Like, I don't know who, was he talking to you, Michael?
It would appear so. You could.
Harris. And, 5-0 run here to the Miners. Sapwell makes it, and it's an 8-0 run to the Miners.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You know, the game's back to 12.
But Mount Gambier's shot selection in the last few offensive sets have been probably not the greatest. It's not what's made them. And that's a good selection by Nick Marshall. But those last 3 before that weren't great compared to what they were doing well. Sapwell from way downtown, and he makes it. He's back to 11.
Sapwell, he's an outstanding emerging talent, Darryl.
Yeah. Well, as I said, Brian Green called it earlier and said he was such a talented shooter as a junior. Harris makes the 2 and goes in for the and 1.
Did you see the Tyrone Lee flex there from Harris on the mat?
Haven't seen that in 5 or 6 years at this venue until tonight.
He's putting on a show.
Flex. It was the double flex.
Number 32, Tom Cubics coming to the floor. Pioneers, Michael Harris to the line to shoot 1.
Harris makes the extra, and he's going to have a break, and the great man checks back in again. And one thing that I'll say about Eric's 268 games is, it's not always talked about, is his defence as well.
And probably if you reflect back on the Knox game last weekend, we were down and out, but it was through the efforts. I don't think Easy Burden scored last game, but just the consistency and the way he plays the game is.
Marshy with the rebound. Kane DeWitt, Eric Burden, Marshall.
DeWitt will be a little bit disappointed that he didn't quite get the
pass off.
Yeah.
Didn't quite make it.
Oh, and the late call there, we should see Clavon Brown shoot too.
I know what the Ballarat coach wants to say, but he's sitting on 1 tag, so
probably not really the right situation to be.
No, because that was as late as I've ever seen a late call. Young Heinze's coming over to give a bit of feedback.
Bit of free advice, I like to call it, Darryl.
Clavon makes it.
Massive opportunity for Clavon out there to be the difference in the Pioneers' offense.
Yes.
He's got.
And misses the second.
So the lead's 15 with 2 minutes to go in the half.
And so Preston into Hines.
Oh, that's a push-off.
Yeah. It was actually unnecessary because he actually had got his way to the basket. So, and I think Kane DeWitt's going to check out for the last 2 minutes. Kyle will come back in, and Harris is coming in for Marshall. So, like I said, most weeks, the luxury of if you can bring Harris in for Marshall or vice versa, the Pioneers don't lose anything. They're so creative. Harris from way downtown makes it. That's massive.
He's a freak.
It's unconscious shooting. Burden, all just a slot, you know, bit of a hands check there, but you know, with the Pioneers sitting on 3 fouls at that stage, no damage done. But he's just reminding Sapwell that you've actually got someone guarding you heavily now. Good hands by Burden again. Sapwell, second chance. Preston. Hines is wide open, and he makes it. Harris. Oh, that was never on.
No.
Brown with a block again. I think that's about his third. Eric Burden,
He's easy.
will please go
Here
in.
he is.
Oh. Oh. He's just caught off guard, Harris. I think him and Sapwell would obviously know each other very well. Probably coming up against each other at some stage when Sapwell played for Central Districts, I think it was.
Certainly. Obviously, the other game of interest, a significant game of interest, is the Tassie Derby in Hobart tonight at Kingsborough. Currently, Hobart leading Northwest Tassie by 6, 50-44.
Yep.
So we'll be watching that one very closely.
Well, this could be for double cheeseburgers. Qbank getting instructions from Coach Hill, and he makes a second and brings it back to a 14 point. So we're back to where we were to start the second period. Huey wide open, and he looks at it and makes it. Assist to Eric Burden.
That's feeling all right at the Ice House, Darryl.
Yeah. Huey liked it. So there's about a 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here before half time.
13 seconds.
Preston, he's going to throw at the jumper. It's way off.
Chucks it. So the Pioneers will have 4 seconds on the clock here.
I think Coach Hill's just instructed that. What would you be doing here, Michael? Are they going to call a timeout? What would you be doing? What would you reckon Richard Hill will be telling him? I know what I'd be saying. Just get the ball to Michael Harris.
Give him plenty of space. have 4 screens coming from everywhere. Get the ball to Harris. And see what comes of that. But let's not discount the opportunities that come through. You know, like Nick Marshall and Clavon Brown's had a pretty good inside presence tonight for the Pioneers.
Well,
Jordan Rawls can score, can be on the end of a lot of really good plays. He's a really good accompaniment to the Pioneers offense, and that he can sort of hang back a little bit, get in the right places, do the right things, and come up with some good scores for the Pioneers too.
And just looking at the numbers here, surprisingly, Ballarat have actually put up more shots than Mount Gambier. It wouldn't appear that way by watching the game. But they've actually put up more shots than the Pioneers.
How many have they made?
39-37. So, but Pioneers' efficiencies at 62% from the field versus 41, still way over what we saw in the women's game.
Fair few second chances.
But Harris is up to 20, Brown on 10. Marshall does a bit of everything, scoring, 5 rebounds, 4 assists.
If we see Qbank here on the end of a...
Tried for the finger roll and
probably thought the offensive set might sort of deliver a little bit more on that play there, but that wasn't to be. It's half-time. Pioneers lead by 17, 58-41. Plenty of scoring going on here for the Pioneers as we go into the half-time break.
Yep, thank you.
block there.
Huge block.
Big play from Tina just then. How about that?
Wow.
I'll have a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. Award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Ballarat Miners. Welcome back, Michael. Very entertaining first half.
I just saw, in another little story, I just ran into...
I'm just wondering where my drink is that you promised to get me.
No, I'll just bring humour, because I just ran into in 2003, when I did my debutante ball at Tennyson Woods College, I just bumped into my Deb wife.
Yeah.
And that was the only time I wasn't allowed to go to a Pioneers game ever.
Yeah, well, I want to know where... I'm not interested in that story. I just want to know where my drink is.
Pioneers played Geelong that night and won by 10 points.
So we're back in action here.
Here's Marshall.
Just uses his body well. Doesn't get the lucky roll needed.
So the lead's 17 here.
They'd be looking more from Postecoglou this half, definitely. Sapwell makes it deep. And I'm not sure what Richard Hill would be thinking, but one thing I will say is after he hit those 2 or 3 threes, Eric Burden came out and did a really good defensive job on Sapwell and dried the scoring. Brown, that's clever. Clever move.
Looking like a star out there tonight, Brown.
Yep. And it'll do his confidence. Like you said, he's still very young. Couple of good Adelaide basketball names there, Q-Bank and Sapwell.
Plenty of...
Preston. Oh!
Marshall says no.
Was it Marshy denied him? Was it Harris or Marshall?
I think the shot clock violation might have exceeded the
stat. DeWitt.
DeWitt tried to found Brown under the basket.
Yeah.
The receipts over the bar in the Bethfield function room tonight would be pretty strong tonight, Joe.
Oh, absolutely. The Jason Joins has always had a massive following, but I didn't realise how big it was until the big man hit town. And very proud father of his kids has doing really
actually,
well with their basketball
while
as well.
we're talking about big time news, I had a burger with Big J today, and I've got the deal done for 2024. Eliza joins to come to the Mount Gambier Pioneers.
You know what? That would be very good.
So you've heard it here first.
Well, you know what? You know what I'd love about that? I'd love to see her come and eclipse some of his statistics.
Well, I'll tell you now, the ink hasn't dried, but you've heard it here first.
Yep. Well, yeah, that would be awesome. And we've been really lucky over the journey to have some good father-son players. The 3 DeWitt boys, obviously following Ray's footsteps. We've had all 3 represent the Pioneers. Kane with the floater and doesn't quite get the lucky roll, but we've also had the...
Here's Croft.
Oh, great. He's just an athletic beast, isn't he?
Who, Postecoglou?
Yeah. Brown with the rebound. We've had the Lampshire father-son with...
There'll be a lot of really good family connections too over the years.
Yep.
You know, like the Bowden brothers and the Stratford brothers. And
Stratfords. And obviously the 3rd Stratford, Dion's married to Michael Harris' sister, so there's a connection there. And the Jason Sedlock marrying the Stratford's cousin, and Postecoglou. It's a good shot from him.
He can really knock it down, that guy.
Yeah. But back to 15.
Huey.
Pioneers are just getting the ball through hands. Harris, Huey. Pretty unlucky there, Huey. Didn't quite get it, the put back in. But Gack. Trying to draw Brown out. Good hands by Clavon Brown to get it out to Harris. Looks for Kane DeWitt. Huey. Ooh. Yeah. I think Preston knew. He was just kind of caught off guard there, but good offense by the Pioneers.
So in other news, in the Hobart Northwest Tasmanian Derby,
yep.
Hobart currently lead by 7. It's only a short amount of time gone in the last quarter, actually.
Yep.
So anything could happen there. But the home team,
if you're a betting man, you'd be pretty confident Hobart will be able to get the job done.
Yeah, certainly playing without Froling.
Yeah. Well, I knew he missed last week because of being up in Brizzy.
Well, I don't think, truth be known, despite other advice I've received, I don't think he's returning for the Chargers.
Yeah. Yeah. You heard that first from Michael Stewie Kosh.
Depends, yeah, it certainly just depends on
what happens.
The nature of the conversation, I guess.
Well, it also could be that maybe he's just interested in playing in Melbourne in those games in the finals.
Yeah.
You know, having a double chance, locked in, home final.
God, he was a handful here at the Ice House.
Oh, but it was actually a pleasure to watch.
No, it was. So DeWitt finds Kubank.
Huey makes it.
3 points.
Look at
Kubank.
that. He just does the old Iceman look after he hits it.
Brown's done a great job of protecting the rim on every play.
Absolutely, and just you like changing shots.
This is got
Huey again. Oh. Brown.
Ooh, doesn't roll.
I thought he almost got a bit of body contact there, Brown, on that, but crisp. Kane DeWitt, he's always around. Oh. Pozacoglu, 2 steals in a matter of Harris. You hear Coach Hill instruct, get it moving. That's the way they want to play. Brown. Oh, very clever move again.
So Pioneers have really got the game in control here, don't they, Darryl?
Yeah, but it's still a long way to go, Michael. Not wanting to sound like a total pessimist.
No. They seem to be dictating terms here.
Preston with the jumper, and
here's Adrian Jones joining us. He's the local MG dealer at Cullen.
I know, Adrian. And I think he's doing all right with those MGs. Huey, again, doesn't quite make it. But, not quite there from Nick. Looking for Preston down low, but Huey made a lot of ground to get back there. And once again, it's just a good exchange there with Huey coming out, Geordie Rules coming in. You know, both hard workers. They're kind of like those guys you need in your team that just do the hard work.
Certainly when you got the
Eric Burden.
Don't say no to that easy.
No, but it's like Preston's got strict instructions. Here he goes. No, unselfishly.
DJ Bucks, he's got a few more of his classics running here at the minute. We've changed things up a little bit early in the
Talking
night.
before about Tennyson Wood College, obviously Bucks, who are a great sponsor of the Pioneers for a long time, but Bucks is head of senior school there, and I won't say surprisingly, but very well respected by the students and parents. Does a great job up there, Bucks.
He's Marshall. Lead 20.
Young Hines. That's a long way out from Sapwell.
Rebound, Brown.
Surprisingly, Brown didn't have a heap of rebounds in the first half.
Oh, easy.
Eric.
You want that.
You do. Well, we do. We want it. Marshy's open. And he just sneaks in for the tip in by Clavon Brown. It's good. It's really good.
Good to see.
Yeah.
Probably warms, just makes you feel...
Warms your heart, does it, Michael?
Just makes you feel a little bit more positive as we run into what's to come. As I check the score of what's going on in Tasmania.
Preston. Jordan Rule says, hang on, Marshy. I clean up the boards. Marshall. Kane to Witt. He's going to look for Eric Burden out wide, I think. Geordie Rules. Doesn't quite make the two, but he'll go to the line. And I think Kyle Tippany will probably check in and just give Kane to Witt another chop out here. So it's interesting. Brown's up to 16 points.
He's had a hell of a game, Brown.
Geordie's pretty reliable from the stripe. I know he spends a lot of time out here during the week working on his game. It's one of the things you love about him. He's always looking to get better all the time. Such a good role model within the team, you know, of setting the standards.
Just one of those tireless worker guys, Darryl. Just always wants to prove himself.
Just sloppy play by the Miners there. And Huey's going to check back in. And Clavon Brown. It's a good move by Richard Hill, just to give Clavon a little bit of breathing space before the last quarter. Plays pretty good defence, young Hines. He's a very good close checker. Marshy makes it.
He's got a great ability to find some space there as he penetrates.
Well, he's poetry in motion. Is one of the old sayings they use with someone like him.
Yeah, so bouncy, he slashes, he finds his way to the basket and creates space to score.
Brooksy with the screen. Marshy, Brooksy cleans up. Makes two.
Set the guy a screen.
Oh, brilliant pass by Eric Burden to find Marshall deep. Oh, good. Just a bit out of control there. This is going to get jacked up. And Dunmore. Hines.
Great defence from Eric Burden there.
Really good offence by young Hines.
I reckon Hines might be your favourite Miner.
Well, I like the way he defends. He gets in there and has a crack. And he plays hard checking defence. Marshy. Oh, wow. Got pretty well mugged on that possession. Oh, young Hines is ripping into young Brooks. Pozacoglu is a long way out. And he's going to put it up, and that's
a good look for him, and knocks it down, no doubt.
And you know, really, Pineys have got to be a bit smarter in respecting that situation. They'll run this down and get up the last shot. I'd love to see an Eric Burden three here, but Marshy's put it up and makes it. And he said, I'll just take it for you, easy.
Yeah, it's a great way to finish the third. Pushes the Pioneers to 24 through the Marshall 3.
Yeah.
They'll be feeling pretty good about where they're placed right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's... I think it was a 16-point lead at half-time, I believe, MK, so an 8-point
Yeah,
win. And any update on the Tasmania game?
What you're saying is the ratios are pointing in the right direction.
Yeah,
Daryl.
that's right.
I do wonder how my Deb wife's enjoying the game down there.
Beg your pardon? Oh, I thought you said dead. I was thinking, what? Can you point her out? I'd like to.
We've got some good dance in the house tonight. There are people like what's green as always.
It's a sensational crowd here, isn't it?
Oh, it's a finals-like atmosphere, Daryl.
Yep. Really good. Really good. And there's a stranger over at the staircase and under the scoreboard. Just appeared from overseas.
Yeah, the great Elliot Jones and player sponsor for the great Eric Burden too. Good.
Yes.
After having him away for 5 weeks, he and his wife Jacinta and family, Pioneer secretary, touring the United Kingdom and London. It's good to have him back.
I'd be interested to see how many lagers he racked up on the trip. Elliot doesn't mind one or two. It's good Englishman.
What I've heard, though, is Jacinta went one up on the gin and tonic count, though.
Did she?
Yeah.
She doubled down on him. So it'll be an inbound from the Miners.
Chris, you'd have to think this one's going up.
Yeah, well, he eased up in that third quarter. He might have got a bit of gack. Jordan Rules. Good work by Jordan Rules.
Chris was on his jersey just there.
Huey.
Here's Huey.
That was probably justice that he missed that. That's a technical foul, grabbing the jersey on the chase. Jordan Rules, he liked it.
Throws it down with authority.
And very humble about it.
That one's on the highlight reel, Daryl.
Yes. I think a lot of things Jordan does makes the highlight reel for the coach. Look at Jordan. Gack. Did it well.
Interesting. Certainly we were amazed. So the call was called a block, but what was the whistle there, Darryl?
Well, he's called a offensive foul on Q-Bank.
I don't really understand the... So the umpire signal was on appeared to be a blocking foul, but followed by the charge, and then that followed with a technical on Coach Hill for the Pioneers.
Yeah.
Just had a bit of
any update in Tasmania?
So the data is a 57% shooting, a field goal percentage for the Pioneers right now.
Yes.
And onto your earlier question about the game in Tassie, it looks to be time's winding down, but the Chargers lead by 5. So Northwest Tassie giving them a really good run there.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
McDaniel, a guy that's really we know a lot about. He's got 25. Frolling's got 17 for Hobart. And the big German, Angustine, he's got 14.
Harris.
Give it back to him.
Oh. And just a bit of a... Yeah, I think...
The lead's 18. And the Pioneers have called
they've just ran on a 6-0 run.
And at the same time, Dr. Matthew Uma, he's got the hips going.
Is he in a world of his own, or what's going on over there?
I think he is a little bit delusional. He's had a hard day at the clinic today, Darryl, and he struck the card in the box, walked out the door, came straight to the hothouse, And he's pretty rapt to be here, you can tell.
Now, he's been a little bit worried that we're going to play this song tonight. This is by far our favourite. Come on down there, get your hands in the air. Pretty good. We're going up to the playoffs. And the playoffs are going to have to be better than that. Come on, let's get everyone in the house.
So still a long way to go in this game.
Certainly is. And at 19% margin, for 8 minutes of game time to go, which probably exciting for the home crowd to get to witness it too, because it's been a hell of a game so far.
Yep. Harris. Just with a fade away.
Ooh.
And did it well. Good timing
by
by
cylinder.
Yeah, well, he's good timing with that. Just waited for it to sit there. Eric Burden with the smart hands. Harris. That's way off. That was a heat check early on in this last quarter.
His Gak.
That
was a
I don't know, interesting. I'm glad it didn't say it looked good off the hand. Eric Burden.
No good.
Teasing the crowd.
Very much teasing the crowd though.
Sapwell makes it, and yeah, back to 17. So it's he's open here.
Yes,
he makes it.
Eric Burden for 3.
He stretches it back out to 20. I think that was a big sigh of relief. You can see the look. Thank God that went in, he was saying.
So
it's a bit of a
1 of 5 in the game. You'd have to think there might be another 1 or 2 of those to come.
Oh, steal by Kyle Tippany. Burden shares it out to Harris. Great look by Eric Burden. Just found Harris. That was such good vision. Harris finishes it off.
Look over there at Evan Kosh, who just absolutely loves watching Michael Harris play the game.
Does he? Oh, yeah. Good work by Sapwell.
Someone who absolutely knows nothing about basketball. He's absolutely taken by. Michael Harris for good reason.
Yeah.
You wanted to put that down with authority. Here's Crisp. Made him look good.
Substitution Pioneers number 1, Dick Marshall comes on replacing number 41, Eric Burden. Pioneers on 42, Greg Wicks. Pioneers on 32, Tom Kubek. Ballarat's number 9, Chris Schultz.
Oh, Crispy wouldn't be happy with that finish. Harris. Cleven Brown. I think young Brooksy was just stretched to his limits there. Good finish by Nick Marshall.
Marshall with a lay-in. Found the body and laid it in. Yeah, it's playing pretty well here, the Pioneers, Darryl.
Yeah. And I don't think it's the fact that Ballarat are playing poorly, because they're not playing poorly.
No. Talk to me about this song, Darryl. Sweet Caroline seems to be getting a fair bit of airtime at the Ice House this season.
Oh, Bucks is an old romantic, sentimental sort of guy, so.
Okay.
So yeah, Pioneers are still shooting at 55%, which I think, you know, in that era of success in the early 2000s and the mid, 2010s, that was an expectation that they, or a standard that they set is they always had a team that shot over that 50% mark. From the field.
The final in Hobart tonight, Northwest has you going down by 4, 87-83 to Hobart.
Would have been a good game to watch. They would have had a fair crowd there, I would have thought, as well.
So that clinches Hobart with the regular season championship.
Fingers crossed they perform like they did last time they clinched the home season on top in 2016.
Oh, that was a good one.
Preston. There's a bit of airtime. Huey on the break. Gets it over to Clavon. Clavon will fancy himself on young Brooks here. But didn't quite get that roll. Michael Harris. Dunmore. Bungie.
Kozoglu.
Young Hines. Marshy's on the break here. But
good entry pass from Marshall there.
But Kane identified that opportunity there for Brown. Good hands by Nick Marshall. Harris finds Huey.
No. Interesting observation there from the referee in charge, but it didn't actually feel like the ball crossed the foot.
The ball didn't. His foot was on the line. The ball was a fair bit off from, I don't know, I'm an old man who's got poor vision, so I'll stand corrected if I was wrong. Postacoglu, the athlete, doesn't quite get it to finish.
Thousand Pioneers, number 11, Brown in second, 13th now. Ballarat's number 23,
Misses the first. And the second. He'd be pretty disappointed for a player of his calibre. Marshall. Marshall. Oh, great play, Marshall to Brown.
There from Marshall to find Clavon Brown. So coming back into the game, I've just see Eric Burton go to the scorer's table for a sub.
Good. And Toby DeWitt would be thinking, about me. And with a game on Sunday, I think Coach Hill would be looking at it thinking, An opportunity to fuel my stars. Harris looked to finish that, and Brooksy.
And one for Mike Harris. He's a jet when he runs those lanes, Darryl, like that, and finds a lane, he's going to shoot one more.
Yeah. I thought young Brooks actually motored well to get in a position to try and defend it.
A lot of basketball to come here, still 2:50, so 2:52 left on the game clock.
Yes. Harris makes it.
Harris is going to stay in the game.
Yeah. The only thing he may do in the last minute or so is chuck Toby or young Jack Haggett. It was good to see Jack Haggett get on the court because he's actually wearing number 34 this season. And he actually hasn't got on the court, I don't think, in a game yet. And we know the number 34, the history with that, with the Pioneers. Great block by Gack.
Look at that long arm and long body.
Sapwell. Jordan Rules just controls the rebound. He'll make this. Oh, wow! Jordan Rules!
With authority.
Good defense by Michael Harris there. Can't stop thinking about BJ Jenkins. Almost ran out of court down there. It was a bit of a funny sort of play.
You know, you think back against Northwest Tassie.
Yeah.
Northwest Tassie in that era, you know, the Ice House crowds were big and loud, and you just remember that BJ was copping an absolute pounding from the.
I think they loved that
from the first row.
I think the team loved that Jordan Rules stuff there. So yeah, the only extra change that the Pioneers might make is they may rest Huey in this last couple of minutes and bring young Haggett in, but we'll see. It'd be good. He's a talented young player. I know he's part of the Pioneers Academy that Richard runs for the boys, and we had a game against Warrnambool recently, Michael, and young Haggett, I think, was the top scorer for the academy. Played really well.
Yeah.
And did well, you know, in SA Country, representing SA Country this year as well. So he's a real talent. He's also a very good footballer. He's been playing football for Glenelg in the Sandful under-18 competition this year as well. So it's one of those kids that probably get to the age where he's got to make a call.
Yeah, it's always a tricky situation, that one.
Yeah. Toby hits the stat sheet with a steal. Huey, he likes the look of that, and he makes it.
Pioneers are putting on a clinic here. Says a fair bit of the value of the Pioneers crowd, doesn't it, Darryl?
Rebound to Kyle Tippany. That's... I think Preston realised, I don't know whether it was intentional, he just kind of put his arm out, I think, to steady himself more than falling over, and he just seemed to clip Toby on the way through. You would like to think. And Crisper's dried up a bit with his attempts in the second half. Sapwell,
good way to get in the lane there and have a look.
Huey.
The offense was good.
Toby. Huey. Eric Burden will jack this up.
Oh, no good.
That would have brought the house down. Huey. Toby nearly takes him out. Not quite in position, Jordan Rules. So,
and the clap song has been activated, Daryl.
Crisp!
No surprise what was going on there, mate.
Yeah.
Gack.
Toby
Rebound to Witt.
The crowd's wooing him on. I'd love to see the ball in the hands of Eric Burden to finish this game. Yep.
The Pioneers bench was all calling for free throws.
Unsportsmanlike. I don't know what Jordan Rules was trying to do then. But yeah, really good win for the Pioneers. And to get a bit of that home court mojo back's really important, I think, Mike.
No, it's very good, particularly going in 32-point win. Ballarat are, they're a middle-of-the-road team, but they've got a lot of talent out on the court. And on their night, they're a very difficult team to slow down. So outstanding to see that a result like this at home leading in to an important game on Sunday, which, if they can get the win, that shores up second spot after Hobart's win tonight.
Yeah.
So that's very important in the running of the playoffs and getting us back here, hopefully next Friday night for a home final.
Yeah.
And of course, a big celebration to Easy Burden, who absolutely deserves a lot of acknowledgement tonight for a wonderful career and a wonderful career with the Mount Gambier Pioneers. And we've been blessed to have a guy of his calibre, quality and character in our community, in our basketball club. So we're all the winners, and we're glad we could be part of Easy's life and basketball career, and we're glad that he's made Mount Gambier his home and the Pioneers his team. Big crowd here tonight, and they've certainly had a treat. So good to be here, Daryl. Thanks very much to everyone, and we hope you enjoyed the stream.
Yep, thank you.